Welcome to the open house. I'm Shiho Burnham. I teach math at Baxter, and this is my second year teaching at Baxter and 11th year teaching math.
Hi, I'm Gretchen Yock. I am also a math teacher at Baxter and the Dean of Faculty. It is my 6th year at Baxter and I think my 25th year of teaching.
I'm Em. I am a sophomore this year.
So you probably are curious about what you're going to be learning at Baxter in freshman year. You're going to be taking STEM math and science. You have one math in one block and science in the other, so you're taking them simultaneously. So having math and science together, you'll see how they're closely related. The study is going to be inquiry-based and applied math to science quite well. You'll be able to earn some standards in math and science. So this is one of many examples from STEM class, and this is where we have done the commuter distance. We gather the information from each of the students and gathered how far they live away from Baxter Academy, and gathered that information and figured out if there are any correlations. This is another example from STEM class. This is the one where we took the measurement of each part of the body and collect the data and figure out, and then we compare each of the variables and how they are related or not so related. So some of the variables might be the height and the kneeling height, and some of them were circumference of the wrist, and so forth, and we compare those to the other variable and see if they are related. And here's another one where we have two buggies, and we should be able to figure out by now how fast they're going and where they should be studying so that they'll meet at a certain point. Or in this case, we are trying to figure out where they're going to be meeting and what time they're meeting. So you'll be able to figure out those questions. After we're done with the two buggies project, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving on to another project. In the past, we have done the egg catcher project, and where we have to figure out the projectile and figure out where the egg is going to be landing. So you're going to be using the quadratic equations, and you're also going to be using the trig function. And don't worry about it, you'll be able to do that. And in another year, we have done a Nerf gun project where you have to figure out again the projectile and see where it's going to be hitting. So they seem to have fun with that. After SEB, there are various pathways that you can take, and Gretchen is going to explain where we can go from here.
Hi. Now that you've heard a little bit about STEM, and the amount of time and energy that the STEM teachers spend getting to know your students really well, your kids really well, I want to talk a little bit about what happens after that. So there are 5 different options for kids after they take STEM. So in the next, the top yellow box, that's intermediate algebra. That's an option for anybody coming out of STEM with, the algebra background that they have gotten there, in addition to all the statistical analysis. If they have gone above and beyond and have some algebra background maybe already, or just really loved that section of it and earned progressing in algebra, they have the option to go to Algebraic Techniques. And then that sort of follows along to functions, pre-calculus, calculus. That is sort of the algebra sequence. There's also a possibility if they're, really, really loving algebra and have just knocked it out of the park, they may be recommended for advanced algebra, which is just an accelerated version of algebraic techniques and functional analysis. So, and then they can go right to pre-calculus from that. Anyone can take geometry. Geometry is a graduation benchmark course that needs to be taken at some point. It can be taken in between any of the sort of algebra sequence or concurrently with any of them. And same thing with designing statistical studies. And then you'll see after designing statistical studies is an advancing, excelling level statistics course that's also really great. So there are 5 different places we get to know your kids really well in their STEM experience and kind of have conversations with them about the best next step for them. So if you have any questions, please reach out to anyone in the math department about that. I also want you to see there are several options of courses that you can also receive dual enrollment Thomas College credit, so you can get college credit just by by doing the work in the course that we offer. So we have 4 semesters of that, and so designing statistical studies is one of them, and pre-calculus is one, and then each semester of calculus will earn you another 3 college credits. So there's really not a lot that the student needs to do. The teacher will help them sign up, get into their Thomas College account. The teachers have all been vetted and, filled out their right paperwork so that they are able to teach those dual enrollment classes. So there's not really a lot for you to worry about. It's kind of a no-brainer. I feel like kids should sign up for it if they're in the class. So again, reach out if you have any questions for the math department. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Em. I'm a sophomore this year at Baxter, and my sending school was Freeport High School. Baxter has given me the chance to go further in my math knowledge than I ever thought I could in high school. So far, my courses have been the Algebra-Based Physics EP course, the second half of the EP Pre-Calc course, and I'm currently in calculus. If I had went to Freeport, my sending school, I would have to take each class as the rest of my grade did, and I wouldn't be able to move forward in my learning. In Baxter, I was able to move right up into pre-calc to keep me learning and something that fit my knowledge, and it's great.
Thank you for coming and viewing this video. I hope to see you next fall at the Baxter. Thank you.
Bye.